Academy live session. I'll be the driver, Luca Berg. I'll be working on the Lamborghini Huracan EVO around Nurburgring with the help of Rob Typlin.
Hello, everyone.
And without further ado, let's get started, shall we? You ready, Rob?
Okie dokie, I am.
Nice, let's go.
If we take what we've got at the moment and just do a few laps, see where it sits, what we need to change, and then we'll play with some numbers and see what we can do.
All right, sounds good to me.
It's a very eye-catching Lamborghini that you're driving today. At least I won't lose you around the track.
You know, might as well give the new liveries a bit of a show.
That is true. All the hard work that Guinness has put in. Just whilst you're around on your warm-up lap, I've been taking a look at the telemetry from the previous time the setups were worked on. Lap time wise, I believe we're looking quite good on the VOP front for this car. There's only a couple that are faster.
So it's competitive compared to the rest?
Yep, it's kind of low to mid 54s would be where you'll be sitting, so about the same as most cars. There's a few that are faster, a couple that are slower, so we should hopefully hit somewhere in the middle.
Low to mid 54s, was it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, the three laps we've got are in that window. I'd say mid 54s is probably more accurate, but I reckon we can get low 54s. I know you love me for saying that. Yeah, let's just see how a few laps go, what it's like, and then some feedback. You're starting off second flying lap, pretty much. What was first initial impressions whilst you're just doing a few more?
I'm noticing quite a lot of rotation on throttle out of slower corners. A bit too much for my liking.
Yep.
However, then faster corners, it's almost a bit. It doesn't rotate enough, like the polar opposite.
Yep, no, that makes sense. It's similar to the feedback I had from one of the other drivers with setup we did at Kota. So it seems to be a bit of a characteristic of the car. We can dial it out, but it might mean a few compromises here and there.
Okay.
What we found, the rear was always a little bit tail happy at lower speeds. It can't be dialed out completely without really damaging the setup, but it can be improved upon, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's when it comes to on-throttle behavior. However, it's only a couple of corners, like that chicane just there that I went past.
Yep.
Kind of wants to come around while turning in on brakes though. However, it's only the two chicanes. Everywhere else, it's not really a problem.
So when you say two chicanes,
This one, I need to remember the corner numbers. I know.
it's fine. Are you talking the left right just after the initial complex?
Yes,
Okay.
both left rights. So the one at the end of the first sector and this one I just went through, which is towards
Hit the
second
Schumacher.
half of the second.
Oh, no.
Yes. No, the after Schumacher.
After that.
Yes.
No, that's fine. This one's all okay?
No, also had it.
Okie dokie.
Not as severe, but I felt it coming, trying to get loose.
Yeah, if you want to complete this lap and then make some changes.
Yeah, I think main priority right off the bat would maybe be rear stability, just
Yep.
overall.
Okie dokie. But you're feeling it more when it's direction changes.
Yes.
Okay. So instability on direction change and traction.
Correct.
Okay. Most of that, I think, I'll say most. We can use dampers to fix most of those things.
Ah, my favorite.
How is it actually on the nose with direction change? Does it feel sharp enough?
Yes, I would say
Okay.
so. It's just the rear traction and stability that's um like something I reckon should be improved.
Okay. And You mentioned understeer at some point.
On the faster corners, yeah, so like Schumacher S and it's not like there's that many.
Yeah.
Schumacher S, maybe the f- maybe the final chicane just a tiny bit.
Okay.
Like it's a slightly faster corner. Like it's unstable on entry, like because of the brakes
Hmm.
a little bit, and then the second part, like going through the right, it's almost as if it just got kind of washing out a tiny bit.
Hmm.
So
Okay. I'm going to make some quite drastic changes,
okay,
just to try and see if it's a path that's going to work. Because I'm going to try and change the setup philosophy slightly.
yeah. Well, I don't mind drastic changes, so by all means.
Okay. So with the front anti-roll bar,
Mhm.
can we come down one click for now? That'll be our
Right.
most sedative changes.
Okay.
Can we bring the rear bump stop range down by, I'm tempted to say 25.
Seeing the value, I would be okay with that.
Okay, so yes, so it's down 25.
Okay. All
And
right.
if we go to dampers,
Mm-hmm.
can we put the front bump up 4?
Up by 4.
Yep.
Okay.
Then the rear is where it gets a bit more drastic.
Hmm.
Can we go down by 20 on the front, on the rear bump?
That is drastic, yes.
That is drastic.
Okay.
And down by 10 on the rear rebound.
And on the rebound. Okay.
Some of this is stuff that I learned from when we did our last track with this car,
Uh,
and some of it's feedback as well, and just working out where I'm going with it. How is it on curbs? Are you understeering or oversteering? Or is it good where it is?
I it's good where it is because I don't remember
You
like
don't notice it.
feeling. No, I didn't notice it, so
It
there's
must be.
nothing wrong then,
Yep. No,
or
that's fine.
nothing drastic for me not to notice.
Hmm. Okay, give those changes a try. I may need to adjust the rear rebound a bit more, I think. But you should feel a difference with that. I may also try some more mechanical grip changes on top of those, but you should notice a difference. Well, I hope so anyway.
Oh, let's see. In
Yeah,
my
hope
engineer, I trust.
you're a brave man. So most of the damper changes is more about controlling the speed of the weight transfer. So what I think may have been happening before is it's, for want of a better phrase, too sharp at transferring the weight. It does it too quickly. So it was overloading the rear tyres, which was causing the instability, especially when you're changing from full left to full right. Because then you're using the full suspension travel from compression to extension.
Makes sense.
So you may find it's a bit more sluggish,
Yeah.
but it should be more stable. If it's still quite bad, it might be that we've got the roll center of gravity a bit too high on the rear. We'll need to play with brakes and roll bars. We'll see how this goes for now. Your initial impressions?
I am processing that right now.
Okay, no worries. I shall leave you to process.
Beep boop. Mm. As silly as it sounds, it doesn't feel much different, even though we did quite a few bigger changes. Like, it's still a bit sketchy on brakes. I mean, throttle, like traction on throttle is a bit better. I'll give it that, but it still overall feels a bit too eager to spin its wheels.
Okay. Has the understeer issue you were having gone at all, or is it still the same?
I haven't noticed that in particular, so I suppose that's gone. Fair.
That's good.
Yeah, should bring that up. Yes. Sorry.
The Delta does seem to be in the green more than it's in the grey or the red, so that's a plus. I've got an idea for the nervousness. The traction? Maybe. Might need to have a copy of the telemetry just to have a look at a few things if that's okay. I assume you've got all the logging software running at the moment.
I do. It's just, yeah, I'm just skeptical on throttle. Like, I don't trust it enough to feel confident flooring.
Have you tried a higher TC setting?
Not yet. I kind of want to avoid that usually. I can try higher TC level.
I'd say try one step on the TC for this lap and see if it makes a difference. Lower setting is not always the best setting.
I guess the tilt itself says TC did help.
Well, that's good to know. Is it still a little bit unstable on the power?
A little bit, yes. But
Okay.
for the most part, especially through the first sector, it's quite nice with an extra click of TC.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you improved the first sector by 2/10 with that TC change,
Nice.
which is good.
Yeah, that did help. And hmm, the thing is, I'm not too familiar with this car,
Mm.
so I'm not sure. Is it?
Well, the engine and the
It,
chassis technically are the Audi underneath.
that is true.
So
I'm just thinking, is it? Because every car drawer is different, of course. Like, is it maybe another Ferrari-like thing? I mean, it is Italian. Maybe it also likes being driven smoothly instead.
maybe. I think it is slightly more temperamental to drive on the limit than some of the other cars. But we can still work around it. I've got a few ideas for changes this time round.
Okay. Do any of them by any chance involve stability under braking? Because that's
They
still,
do.
oh, lovely. Because that's still a thing I think needs some work.
Mm. So when you brake and then turn, does it initially bite and then wash out, or is it just biting and rotating?
It's biting and rotating.
Okay, right. I've got an idea.
Nice. Also, do you want me to send anything over to have a
If
look?
you could send that last run over, actually, before I make the changes,
Okay, 1 minute.
be interesting just to check something.
There we go.
Thank you very much. Take a look at this. Interestingly, you had more rear wheel speed spikes with the TC2 than you did with the TC1.
Ah,
Apart from, where's that? That's on the track report. So apart from the final chicane,
yes,
where you had less wheel spin on TC2,
yes.
everywhere else you had slightly more with TC2 than you did with TC1, which is
That
interesting.
doesn't sound quite right.
No, but maybe that's the one as this car.
It it definitely felt like TC2 was cutting it out more than TC1.
Maybe you were just more confident on the throttle.
Maybe. No, actually, that is quite possible.
Yeah. You also had more understeer, which is interesting. Good, I suppose, because
On
you're struggling
TC2.
with oversteer. Yeah,
Hmm.
I just want to compare it to an earlier. Yes, it seems the later setup seems much more neutral,
Hmm.
but when it does bias either way, it's quite strong.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Now, TC2 made it a lot um easier to manage on exit for the most
Mhm.
part. It's not perfect, but definitely better.
Mm.
Um, the main, let's say, culprit, I reckon, to feel somewhat confident with the car would be just the braking stability.
So, are you having it a little bit of an issue into turn one, but not much?
Uh,
And then,
Turn one seems fine. It's like I'll need to count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn five, is it?
yep, turn five, you're, yep, I can see why. That's looking at running in the bump stops there,
Mm-hmm.
and the same with the left. Yes, at the moment we haven't got the rear bump stops engaging at all,
Okay.
apart from a tiny bit coming out the final chicane, and another tiny bit where it's hitting the curb on the exit of the complex at the start of the lap. Apart from that, we're not on the rear bump stops. It's
Okay.
just on the fronts rather heavily. So what we'll try and do, because obviously that's affecting the stability.
Mm-hmm.
If we can bring the front bump stop range down by 1 click,
Wouldn't it be hitting it even more then?
yes, but it will stop the front end of the car from compressing as much because you're
Ah,
hitting it sooner. So you'll get less
sense.
aero bias to the front, so it'll be less
Mm-hmm.
oversteery when
Yeah,
the front's down.
makes sense.
So yeah, so if we can take the front bump stop range down by 1 click, but also at the same time, if we can increase the rate by 3,
The bump stop rate or wheel rate?
yeah, bump stop rate.
Okay.
And as it's not engaged them yet, and it'd be good to have them as a final stopper, can we bring the rear bump stop range down by 4?
Ideal.
It'll be fine.
Will it?
It will.
I know I said I trust my engineer, but sometimes you do scare me.
That's what I'm here for.
A whole lot.
Yeah, give that a try. See if that's sort of the characteristics. If not, I do have a plan for something else that we found worked.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll let you give that a try first, just to see whether that change is actually doing what it should. You may find some of the curb use is slightly more rough, as it were. You might feel like you're hitting slightly harder just because you're engaging the bump stop slightly earlier,
Mm-hmm.
but
Yeah.
it shouldn't upset it too much. Yeah, next corner you might notice it a little bit more with the bump stop changes.
Oh, really? At least not that time.
Okay. I suppose that's the plus though, it means it's not affecting the bump handling too much.
Mm-hmm. definitely feel a bit more stability on braking now. Like it's not as rotating, which is good. It's still there, but it's better.
It's good to know. So it seems like it's more of an aero balance thing that's causing the oversteer than anything else.
Seems like it, yeah.
How's the mid-corner balance?
Seems pretty neutral.
Okay.
On throttle is still a bit sketchy, but I think you said that's just the nature of the car, more or less.
Yeah, I think with this car, unless you make it drive straight round bends, you might not get ultimate rear traction. But thankfully, that's what TC's for. Well, to a point, anyway. So you don't want to be relying on it for every single application of the throttle, but it can still help. May also be worth looking at going slightly more rearward on the bias once we've got the entry stability sorted.
Yeah.
It's given it's an engine car that's reasonably far forward.
You can try moving it further backwards, just probably need to calm down in the bump stop or something along the line.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we'll probably follow on that pattern a little more. I'm thinking we'll shorten that bump stop again. I may also make some spring and roll bar changes, just to try and make the front a bit more progressive on entry. It's not going to be as sharp, but it should mean you're not flying into a bend thinking you're going to spin out, which is helpful.
I wish I had the lap time to prove it's better, so you'll just have to take my word for it. No, it's just that final corner, it kind of points out both issues with it. Like the fact that it still comes loose while turning and braking,
Mm-hmm.
and then just the on throttle like instability. How 'cause you brake like halfway through the corner, so it starts sliding out. Then you try to get on the throttle as soon as possible, and of course it starts sliding out even more.
Mm. Yeah, what I was trying to do is take a little more bias off the aero
Mm-hmm.
whilst adding a bit more mechanically, which might help. So can we try another click down on the front anti-roll bar,
Yes.
a click down on the spring rate all round,
Okay.
and -1 click on the front bump stop range?
Yep.
Can we try 2 clicks lower on the preload, just to try and help with the snappiness on the throttle?
Yes.
And then in the aero, can we try 2 clicks lower on the rear ride height?
Yes, we can.
This might make it too understeery,
Okay.
but be interested to see what happens. I reckon it might stabilise it a bit more on entry and then give a slight bit more rotation mid-corner. So you've got the confidence to put it in a turn, as it were.
Mm-hmm.
It did seem before, the general idea from who was driving it was very sharp on entry, but then a bit more push mid-corner. So we're coming in hot with a lot of speed and just sliding it round almost. But obviously with the way they drive, it's not sliding, it's how they used to.
Yeah.
Which makes me think I know which driver it was, but I'll keep that one a secret. That is one of the interesting things when doing this, is how when you can tell what driver's driving from the setup. Everyone has their own preferences on how they like the cars.
Yeah, the way you described is definitely the polar opposite of what I like. Definitely tell it's not as pointy.
Yeah, it looks like you might be struggling through the fast Schumacher S. Would you say the car's understeery now?
I mean, it's just the first flying lap, so I'll give it at least one, if not two more.
Yeah, give it a couple more and then... Yep, no worries. Maybe not for the next couple of corners, but for the first half of the lap it might be worth trying a slightly further rearward bias. Now that you've got it a bit more stable on entry. Just that you might find it helps where you're running a little wide the apexes at times. It might just help to put it in a bit better.
Lower brake bias.
Maybe just start with 3 or 4 clicks, 100%, something like that.
I might have got that wrong because first sector was pretty good.
Yeah, that first sector was all 2.5 tenths faster than your purple. And the middle sector was the one that had the issue. That was 4 tenths down.
Notice it's really not a fan of curbs anymore. It seems to struggle through the faster corners, especially Chevaccaras. Just the lack of rotation though.
Okay.
Overall though, like it's a lot nicer and better and safer to drive, but it just there's a couple of parts where it might be a bit too safe.
No, we had similar. The softer you seem to go with this car, the more understeer you seem to get. So we can just tune some oversteer back into it. How's the traction now?
Traction is okay for the most part.
Okay. And on entry?
Entry's a lot nicer. I can like trust it to turn now. Not spinning on me.
Do you want it any sharper, any more stable on entry?
Not really. I'm pretty happy with entry as it is.
Okay. I shall try and keep entry how it is whilst also fixing the other things. Are you alright to send me the telemetry from that run?
Yes. No momento.
I'll just see what the bump stops are doing. Stopping bumps, obviously, but... Thank you very much.
I love it how the fastest lap had no purple sectors.
I'm not sure if that's a good sign or a bad sign. Okay, so we are on the rear bump stop now a tiny bit, but still not enough to probably be noticeable. We are, however, heavily into the right front bump stop in the fast S, which is interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, just analysing a few things.
No worries. Looking through some things as well.
Yes, so we've pretty much eradicated all the oversteer in the car.
Mm-hmm.
There's a little tiny bit on the exit of the stadium section. A tiny bit coming out the final turn. And that's it.
Yeah, sounds about right. Turn 4
Traction.
and final turn are the only places where it still likes to kick out.
Traction wise, pretty good. Final turn. And also into the Schumacher S. So I assume that's just where you've come off the curb and it's
Possibly.
triggered it. Should make sense. Okay. Um, let's try. I suggest saving where we are because this may not work.
Yes.
Can we try one click less on the front roll bar?
Okay.
And then in tyres, can
Uh-huh.
we increase the toes by 0.1?
More negative or more positive?
Negative. Like my general
Oh,
demeanor.
so minus 0.1 extra.
Mm. Yes.
Okay. I know this shouldn't be as confusing as it is.
Um, there's one last thing I just want to check. How is the car on the brakes?
Well, this time out it was pretty nice and stable.
Okay. Are you experiencing any lack of braking performance at all?
I wouldn't say so, no. Not
Okay.
that I think so.
That's fine. Just your rears are very good. They peak at top of the optimal range.
Okay.
The front screw ever so slightly over.
Turn 1?
So turn 1, turn 3 a tiny bit as there's still residual heat.
Mm-hmm.
Turn 7,
Okay.
so that's into the hairpin.
Yep.
And I think that's it. Those are the 3 points. The rest of it's fine now. So overall, on average, it's fine. Just if you're having trouble in those 3 points with the rear coming round, it's probably more likely just the brakes being in and out of the window.
Oh, I don't think so. Fun enough, I feel like those corners are all fine.
Okay,
I
that's
could
good.
say there's issues everywhere else sooner than those. Yeah, I
I don't know
know.
if that's a
Very
good thing or
helpful.
a bad thing.
Um, it's up for debate.
Yeah, try those changes we just made. Hopefully, that might give a bit more rotation. There was one more. Well, two more I was going to do actually, while I
Okay,
remember.
going back to the setup.
Back to the setup.
Back to the setup. Right.
Uh, can you put the rear bump damper down by 3?
Rear bump temper. Down by 3. Oh,
Yes.
okay. My short-term memory isn't very good. I'm afraid you know that already.
Mm.
Also, my short-term memory isn't very good.
Yeah. Can we take the preload down by one more click?
Yes.
I'm
Got it.
wondering if that will just help a little bit on those tighter corners where the traction is still an issue. Yeah, give that a try. We may make it. It may be a bit too unstable on entry now, but I'm hoping it might just clear up the rotation.
Well, that's not what I wanted to hear. That's scary.
Yeah, the main aim at the moment is just trying to get a larger aero window and rely a bit more on mechanical grip. Yeah, give it a few laps, see how it feels. Play around the brake bars if you want to.
Leave it as it is for now. Make plenty other changes. Traction of that last corner is a lot nicer, I'll tell you that much.
That's good.
may have pushed it a bit too far, made it a tiny bit too safe.
Whereabouts?
In particular, mid corner on turn 7, is it the hairpin? Hairpin, Schumacher's, and well, pretty much the whole of Sector 2 now that I think about it.
Okie dokie.
Um,
It's one of those fun tracks to set up for because Sector 2 is very different to 1 and 3.
yeah, because the 1 feels nice. Like, I really like how it feels through the first sector. The second one's just completely different. It's not bad, it drives nicely, it's just lacks rotation mid-corner.
Yep, no, that's fine. We can dial it in from what we've got. Might do a little bit on the roll bars and might adjust the ride height back again, or somewhere near it.
I'll just finish this lap.
Yep, no problem.
Why must you wash out on me? As my delta is green. I am sad.
Punishment.
Punishment for what?
I don't know.
Exactly.
Obviously hiding something.
I am a good, honest worker. I don't know what you're on about.
Right. Let's hope.
I am here for the people.
Right, what I'll try is if we take the roll bar down 1 click on the front.
Again,
Yes.
it's a very soft roll bar at this point.
This car seems to appreciate softness.
Just like a big teddy bear.
Yes.
Just like me.
The Lambo Teddy. Can we bring the rear bump stop range down to 12? It's down a few clicks. Can we bring...
Can I just ask, considering we brought down the front end roll bar so much, should we do anything with the rear?
but you're getting understeer, sir.
I know, but
We may look at it in a moment.
okay.
Can we bring the bump stop rate on the rear up by 3 clicks?
Bump stop rate, was it? Yeah.
Yep.
Got it.
And the rear ride height by 1 click. I'm hoping that way you might engage the bump stops a bit harder in the fast stuff, which should mean you get less understeer. In theory.
In theory.
See if that has helped or if I've completely ruined it. Because I know this car likes to be a bit of a pain around this. Well, all cars like to be a pain around Nurburgring. It's such a technical track to set up with vastly different characteristics.
to be fair, it's not far off her. It feels pretty nice, just I'd say it's more minor tweaks.
Yeah, well, lap time seems to suffer a bit on that change,
Oh,
so
that could just be me.
maybe. But yeah, I would like to see a bit more high-speed rotation in the car, like you said. Especially if you're for a race setup, if you're following someone through here in this corner.
That is true.
You don't want an understeery car.
Yeah.
Otherwise you'll lose way too much to make any kind of move into this turn. That whole section you need to get close to the car in front. So you can rotate through this left and right or down into the next corner. Well, we're still pretty much up in the first sector, so that's good. Is it feeling like that's any improvement at all?
There is, but I feel like it could still use a bit more high-speed rotation.
Okay. Well, last lap you did is faster than one of the ones in the 3-lap delta from the previous setup. Quite faster than two of them, actually.
Well, I'm happy to hear that, and don't reckon it's good enough.
Does it feel like it's not getting into the corner fast enough?
How do you mean?
So, just trying to think. So almost like the reaction time of the car. So when you turn to when it's actually going to the apex.
No, I don't think it's that.
Okay.
Like, I think it bites okay. It's just overall rotate, like not overall rotation, because sector one feels fine. It's just maybe the fat. Is actually no, it's really just the Schumacher S that's a pain in the CDA.
Could you send me over your telemetry from that run?
Yes.
I'll just have a poke around and see if I spot anything. Thank you very much. Let's have a look. Yeah, more oversteer this time.
Hmm.
Well,
I mean, it will make
on
sense.
your fastest lap anyway. Let's have a look at your speed. So you've got no traction issues. They look fine.
Yeah, no.
Brakes are good. Let's get to that corner. Yeah, so you're still not really hitting the bump stop much on the rear. Traction wise,
Yes.
what would you say? Is it good? Fine? Could do it a bit more? Could get away with a bit less?
Mm, mm. Thinking traction-wise, it's good.
Hmm.
Like I wouldn't say it struggles anywhere to keep, at least on power.
Okay.
Doesn't struggle to, or it doesn't get loose, or
Hmm.
maybe just slightly, but perfectly manageable.
And that's mainly at low speed, I assume?
Yes.
Okay.
Um,
Cam?
higher speeds, which is well, I guess high speed is really only the Schumacher S, isn't it?
Hmm.
So that one, it's like usually I know in other cars, if I hit the inside curb at least a bit, it's gonna rotate the car just enough to get through without having to lift anymore.
Yep.
This thing doesn't quite do that. That's the only real gripe I have with it. Everything else, I reckon it's pretty good, or if not even on par with what I'd want it to be.
Okay. Can we try bringing the rear bump stop range down another 2 clicks?
Okay.
And in the dampers, can we put the front slow bump down by 2?
Yep.
The front slow rebound up by 4.
Yep.
And the fast rebound down by 4.
On the front still.
Yes.
Okay.
See if that helps. I'm tempted to throw a stiffer rear spring, but I just want to see if that solves it first. I don't want to take away traction if I don't have to. Having looked at where we came from with the original starting setup, I thought this was only reasonably straightforward, but nice to throw a curveball at times, especially at this track.
frustrated with the score on his shows.
Your Delta was good for the nice part on that one. How are the changes feeling?
It's nice. Like, I genuinely like how it feels, including the Schumacher Arsenal feels a lot nicer.
That's good.
Like, I can be more confident that it's gonna make it round. So I don't understand how come I'm still chasing the same delta for like the past 20 laps.
Secret BOP. You can't go faster than a certain lap time. You just make the car feel nicer to drive. Delta's playing with you again.
It is, isn't it?
If you want to go away and scream into a pillow for a few minutes, I perfectly understand.
I was very tempted to shout some very bad words, but I'll refrain from it.
So,
Oh my god. Yeah.
improvement?
It is an improvement. I like how it drives. I genuinely do. I think it's getting to my head. Like I said, we're chasing the same lap since, yeah, it was legit 20 laps. Like lap 10 was the 0.907 I did.
Mm.
And lap 25 was a 0.905, and then just it's getting to me, man.
Let's sharpen it up
Okay.
slightly.
Okay, sure.
Can we increase the rear rebound by 4?
Rebound by 4, yes.
And I'm tempted to increase the rear ride height by 1 click as well.
Why not?
Just so it really turns through the Schumacher race.
Mm.
Although, actually, take that back down again to 60.
Okay.
When you came out of the corner onto the back straight, either last lap or the lap before, you hit the throttle hard and had to come off and back on again.
Because I just smashed on it too early, I think.
Was it about to understeer?
No. I just think I went on throttle too early and I wouldn't make the corner.
Would you like it to make the corner while smashing it that early?
Fair.
Okay, let's try something then. Bit more drastic.
A bit.
Bump stop rate on the rear up by 3.
Wait, when you say drastic, I get a bit scared, so I'm just going to save this.
Yes, please do.
Yes,
Save after every change when it's me dealing with it.
that is true. Right, you were
Whilst I
saying.
create Frankenstein's monster.
Hmm.
Um, Rear bump stop rate up by 3.
Bumps.
And
Right, yes.
and the range down by 3.
Okay.
It might lose you some traction,
Sounds like it, yes.
but we'll see. It
Okay.
might give you the ability to hit the power and just rotate it out there. I'm afraid your wonderful coloured livery is now covered in little flecks of rubber and dirt.
At least everyone's eyes won't hurt as much.
True. Yes, in theory you should have a much sharper rear to the car. But that may come at a cost. But we'll see. They got a little bit of nervousness and entry back.
Yep.
Okay, that might have been the rear rebound damper.
Let's try with a bit more brake bias.
Okay. Less rotation whilst braking would also fix it. Maybe a tiny bit of throttle trace, maybe. For that little mistake, Delta was good though. It was on target.
I know.
So what we'll do, we go back in, and in the dampers, take it down by 2 on the rear rebound.
Yeah.
Maybe... Are you getting any oversteer as you come off the brake?
I was a little bit, yeah. That time
Okay.
out.
Okay, I won't play the front rebound then. Does it feel good though?
It does, yes. That's why I'm like I am
Okay.
properly pissed at this point. I am so annoyed because the car feels I'd say it's good. Sure, it's not perfect, but no car is. Like it's just some fit, some driving styles, some prefer this setup to that, blah blah blah. I'm happy with it. I just can't get the damn lap in without something going wrong. And I don't know at this point, am I just pushing it too hard?
Try driving at 99.5% rather than 100.
Like 9.5. It's a very specific number, but I can try.
But it is just the tiniest of margin when watching from behind, like that mistake on that fast lap.
It is, yeah.
It
It's
was
like
literally a case of braking a microsecond during the direction change and the weight shift, and that's what caused the oversteer.
mm-hmm.
If you'd
It
straight,
is very sensitive, and
yeah,
that's what I don't like about it.
I
I mean,
believe it's a trait of the Lamborghini, I'm afraid.
yeah, I think so too. Like it definitely has potential to be very fast, but it is very sensitive. Like you really have to
Mm.
t- tame the bull.
Well, that would be good to know for our safe setup. So let's give it another try. Let's see if we can get a delta. If we can do 2 to 3 tenths off, I think that'll be a good aim.
It can do it. That's the thing. It can absolutely do it. In fact, long ago, I remember back in back in the day when we were still on lap maybe 15 or so, we still had enthusiasm in our hearts.
Well, if you can take 0.21 off on your best lap, we've matched 4 other cars.
Really?
I think it's 4, maybe 3. One. Okay, 3 other cars and one's another 10th from there. So, yeah, we're very close.
I'm not sure if that makes me feel better or even more salty that like every lap had to go wrong just a tiny bit. But it is definitely just me at this point. I'm just overdriving because I won that stupid lap.
Well, the good news is the point where you lose the delta is moving further and further around the lap. So another 2 or 3 stints and we should be okay.
Gonna be a long live stream. I hope you guys are enjoying it.
I'm sure there's a big enough hard drive to store it all. Yeah, if anyone watching sees the screen suddenly fade to black, you know we've run out of broadcasting time.
sketchy under braking again.
Okay.
The rear is breaking loose as I'm trying to brake into a corner.
Interesting.
Not always, but there's a few instances. Like the chicane in the final sector especially.
It's sure it's ping your telemetry over after this run.
Sorry?
If you can send your telemetry over after this run, I'll just check if it's reacting on the bump stops or not as we shorten those.
Pull over or there, just keep going.
Do one more. As you've got to green that. I'm saying nothing. You send the telemetry and then find that pillow to scream into, and then we'll try one last thing.
There we go. I will return in a minute. Hello.
Welcome back. Right, I have an idea.
Okay.
Can we go up 2 clicks on the front bump stop rate and down 2 clicks on the rear?
Up by 2 on the front bump stop rate and down how much?
2 on the rear.
Okay.
And also down 2 on the rear rebound damper.
Okay.
See if that fixes it. It seems that a lot of the oversteer is coming when you're reasonably hard on the front bump stops. And sometimes in the transition from left to right, you're touching the rear bump stop and then getting the oversteer. So
Right. Oh, let's hope this is it. It would be about time. I mean,
it would be double
I'm not.
time.
Don't even mention it. I mean, I'm not blaming the setup. I'm just driving like I don't even know what to describe it as.
I think it just helps to prove how much time and effort goes into a setup.
I mean, yes, it does,
But
but
nobody else
at the
has
same
to.
time, like it's just like the car felt. Or I'll put it this way: it could have just done 10 laps and say, okay, it's good enough. But we are being quite picky because this really is just fine margins. Like it's not so much oversteer that you could say, oh, this is undrivable. You know, it's manageable. It's just annoying.
Yeah, it's the fact it's slightly unpredictable in the way that it does it,
Yeah.
which is costing the lap time. I'm hoping this may solve that a bit more. We'll see how it goes. Do a few laps, see what happens.
Yeah, main concern would be doing a few laps at the moment. I mean, I guess in a way, you know, it shows people not everything always goes to plan.
That is very true.
Even we have struggled sometimes.
But if it was easy to set up a car, then nobody would
Everyone
need
would do
to.
it, yeah.
Yeah, nobody would need to look for how to get them. So with that, let's try and do it without the mistake in the chicane this time. We'll be on for the right delta. Stay onto the back straight, try and prioritise the exit rather than the apex speed in that final right hand turn. There we have it.
Final chicane is such a lottery ticket.
Yep.
You brake a tiny bit too early, you completely mess up the apex speed and exit. Brake a tiny bit too late, you're just done.
Yeah, it's a fun one in these cars.
It's ridiculous, honestly. It's a shame because it feels so good everywhere else. Like, yeah, it's a bit tail happy on entry, but it's like I can see why the previous setup was set up this way. Like it kind of the way we have it now, it makes sense. So it feels nice. It can do a 0.5 absolutely.
That's
It's
good.
just that final chicane that's such a lottery. I can't.
Well, we've matched times that were done in the last car, the McLaren, and the Honda, and the Bentley.
All right.
So we've got a few that are all on the 54.6. The
That's
fun
good.
part is going to be the safe setup.
Hmm.
If you can save that and send the telemetry over, and
Yes.
then I will give you some changes that we shall do.
What do these or what is the plan with the changes? Because I'm thinking just maybe get some more of that rear traction back into it,
Yep,
or stability under braking, and it should be okay.
I'm thinking of taking a. Well, I'll tell you once I've got the setup and telemetry, so we don't start confusing things.
There we go.
And I like to keep you in suspense. Not suspenders, suspense.
I
Right.
feel like this session is doing that enough as it is.
So what we'll do, I'll just log this copy myself, just so I've got it. If we go into the mechanical grip section,
Yes.
can we go on the rate and the range, or on the rate down by 2 clicks, on the range down by 1 on the front?
Sorry. What was that?
Bump stop rate down 2,
Bump stop rate
and
of the
then bump
front.
stop on the front down 2, and then the range down 1.
Okay.
And on the rear, the range up by 5.
Okay.
By that, I'm tempted with another setting to change as well, but I want to see how that feels
Right.
first.
Okay.
What are the first impressions?
Well, those feel pretty safe.
But
I'm driving a bit more carelessly, like just trying to slam the throttle and brake more aggressive steering inputs, and it all feels equal and safe. Like if it does get caught out, like starting to slide or anything, you can kind of easily correct it.
okay.
I feel like it gives good feedback, so you know what it's doing.
That time delta is pretty good as well.
Well, we'll get to that. the final chicane though, this one I don't know if there's really any solution to it. Like it's not as horrible, but yeah, it still feels like a lottery ticket.
For understeer or oversteer, or just either?
It's the bounciness over it.
Okay, we can try stiffing up fast jumpers to get a bit less bounce. It might just not make it as good in the Schumacher S. But I'm assuming actual, like, flat corner balance, as it were, is pretty safe.
Yeah. That was fine.
Might just be the tyres being torn up.
Maybe. this run. I'll do one more. But it is a lot nicer on warm tires.
That improved, did it, after the tyres got to temperature?
Yep.
It's one thing you have to take into account with ACC, because they have modelled, I think, core temps, when they're almost like rubber temps, and how they make the tyre more or less squishy.
Never gotten that far, huh?
Mm-hmm. I remember there was an article on it about 8 months ago, I think. There was a video. So yeah, first couple of laps, the tyres are always a little less pliable. That's why it feels a bit more crashy for the first couple of laps through the chicane.
Suppose makes sense, yeah. No, but that was necessary. I also turned up traction control one more click, just to make sure you have that stability on the throttle.
Yep, no, that's no
And
problem.
it didn't seem to compromise anything at all. In fact, funny enough, first sector felt faster, even was
I
faster at one
I
point.
think the Delta was a couple of
And it
times, yeah.
was, yeah. Although you do like it, you can see there was compromises made in the second and third sector. But that's, I mean, I guess main point is that it's competitive, right?
Yep, that's good. Yeah, if you can send over that
Yep. There we
stuff.
go.
Thank you very much. And then, yeah, if you want to take whichever setup you feel works best for your driving style, and just take the fuel out, and we'll use that as a base.
Hmm. I'm thinking like a mix between the two. Or not really
Okay.
a mix, just maybe bring the front bump stop range back to what it was on the fast one, but leave the rear one as it was.
Yep. Give that a try then.
Just to get a little bit more bite, but um still keep that rear traction, I guess. Alright. Now dare I ask what time are we chasing for qualifying runs?
Let's see what you set first. All I'll say is I think whoever did the qualifying last time was a hot lap specialist. When you look at the qualifying like delta times against other cars versus qualifying times, it's a lot faster in qualifying than it was in race trim.
That's not really confidence inspiring for me.
Well, you asked the question, I'm going to be honest about it.
I appreciate it.
Let's see what we can do, and then I mean the main thing, as these are all updates because of minor physics and BOP tweaks and whatnot, is what it's like against the rest of the cars. So all I'll say is if you took every fast lap from every car that we set us for over here at CDA, this car would come third.
How was that?
It seems pretty good. It's faster than the 3 cars that we match on race pace.
Okay.
It is still 3/10 off the last qualifying time.
Uh-huh. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Really?
Uh-huh.
No way. That was like such a nice lap as well.
Hmm.
Oh, for God's sake.
I mean, it's
Oh,
faster than the original 01 CDA 3 setup.
okay. What was the original time? I'm curious.
53.5.
Okay.
The 02 did a 53.1.
Yeah, that I don't. I mean, you know, I won't say I don't understand how. I'm sure it can, but I don't think with. What do I say? Not sure if with this setup. I don't want to blame the setup because it feels nice.
Hmm. No, it looked like you could drive it quite nicely.
Yes. The only, it's fun enough again, the same problem. The only complaint
Schumacher
I
S.
really have, yes, exactly, Schumacher has.
It drops off the outside curve and goes straight.
It just no, it just overall going uphill like through the first left part, it they still
Hmm.
have to lift a significant amount to get around it.
Yeah, when I'm watching it, it's it's dropping off the curb and then kind of bouncing straight almost. If that makes
Mm,
sense.
it just doesn't feel like it.
Hmm.
Like it feels I could be wrong, but it feels at least like there is contact like with the tire. It's just that it doesn't have enough rotation to get itself around without having to lift
Hmm. Can we try something a little extreme?
a little.
Can we go up one
Wait,
click on the?
wait, wait. I'll
No,
save this.
no, no.
I'm gonna save this because
Faster, Mr. Burke.
I, t- I told you when you say extreme, I get scared. I save. Right, you were saying?
That doesn't matter. Uh, front roll bar up one click.
Yes.
Front spring up one click.
Yes.
And then the rear ride height up so that the two numbers match. I believe it's 3 up.
A very odd way to say it, but yes,
Yes.
correct. It is
Don't,
three up.
don't, don't want to give away specifics. See what that does.
Okay.
And it adds some sharpness, but at the same time not making it too oversteery. And if it feels hideous, we can just ignore that.
Never happened.
I mean, the lap time we've got is faster than the cars that are on relative pace to us in the race trim.
Okay.
So the cars that we matched in race trim
We're
were...
all slower on qualifying pace.
Yes, so that's Honda McLaren. Yes, so they all did a 3.7, a 3.7 and a 3.7. So we matched them in race pace and a 2/10 faster, a 3/10 faster.
3 times even, yeah.
So that's good.
That's
So,
good, yeah.
so relative, we're doing well. But yeah, just that last quali run was very quick.
Is there... What car went quicker than the last quali round? I'm still going to assume one is Porsche.
It went quicker than their last quali run.
Yeah, you said it would be third by the old time, no? Or did I
Ah,
get that wrong?
yeah, so third with the current lap time. So the Porsche and the Mercedes were the fastest two.
Mercedes, okay.
They're in the 52s. The Audi was a 53 dead. and then it would be the previous Lambo lap time, and the current Ferrari lap time would be matching as well.
Alright.
Yeah, I'm not expecting it to be too good through this section, but I hope to make time on the faster stuff. Too nervous?
I'll give it the benefit of the doubt that it is the first lap, so tires aren't quite up to temperature yet.
No worries.
Oh,
Yeah.
enter the whole run. But
Okay.
you can definitely feel it being more pointy.
Okay. Yeah, it's worth us trying this and seeing how it comes out. If not, the lap time we have is good, relative, so I'm happy with that. But it'd be good to see if we can just eke out a little bit more.
I don't think this will be it. I know I did a mistake on my own there, but
But it's not looking like it's
overall,
happening.
yeah,
That's
no,
okay.
it is. It's a bit more tricky through Sector 1. While Sector 2 doesn't make up some ground, it's mainly Schumacher S. Just to make that corner better and compromising everything else, yeah, probably not worth it.
Nope, that's fine. Well, we'll go with what we had previously, and that time will be fine.
Okay. Oh boy, can't believe we made it.
Well, that was a fun one.
Oh, very fun. We got there in the end, though.
That is true.
Let me just send over everything.
Okay, dokie.
There we go. I believe that should be the correct files.
Thank you very much.
That was quite something. I I I don't even know how long we've been here because I didn't pay attention to the time when we started.
I think that's a question probably best not asking.
Yeah,
That's the way I'm going to phrase that. But like you said, it's
I've
shown interesting.
um yeah, I
Long
guess
enough, I think is the answer then.
long enough, yes. I was gonna say it, I mean I'm glad we got it done. However, this is probably one of the most frustrating cars I've driven so far.
Well, don't worry. I think we're on to something a bit nicer next.
Oh, I know. I'm just overall, as in like it is. How do I phrase it? When done right, it can be good, but it's the learning process. It kind of reminds me of the Ferrari. It has a very specific driving style that it likes.
Mm.
Just kind of as a general note from what I've seen. So for anyone out there who wants to use it, good luck. No, I'm kidding. It's good. I like it,
Use
especially
use the CDA setup.
CDA setup. Problem solved.
Yep. I think that's the easiest way of doing that one.
Um, wait, send you everything, right?
Yep.
Short.
Everything's out. I'll just
Again,
need a
yet
recording of the
again,
hot lap from you.
correct. Yet again, proving my short-term memory is very poor. And on that horrible disappointment, I think we're gonna end. Thank you, everyone, for sticking with us for well, safe to say, rather long session. Um, Make sure to check out any other session we've done, both the ACC and the racing. So make sure to check out the Coach Dave Academy website for all the setups. And yeah, anything else you want to add, Rob?
Um, I think that's it. Although just make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can pick up these new updates when they come through. And we'll see you for the next one.
That sounds spot on. Bye, everyone. Take care.
Bye for now.